High up in the soft, purple sky lived a very special cloud named Cloudy. He wasn't like other clouds who rushed and raced across the heavens. No, Cloudy was different. He was round and fluffy, like a giant cotton ball dipped in moonlight. His edges glowed with silver stars, and when he moved, he made the gentlest whooshing sound. Whoosh, whoosh. Cloudy loved to float slowly through the night sky. He would drift past twinkling stars and wave hello to the moon with his wispy tail. But what Cloudy loved most was looking down at all the sleeping children below. Their houses glowed with warm, golden nightlights, and sometimes, just sometimes, he could hear their whispered wishes floating up to him like tiny bubbles. "I wish I could find my teddy bear," one little voice would say. "I wish my grandma would visit tomorrow," another would whisper. And Cloudy? Well, Cloudy had a very special secret. When he heard these wishes, his fluffy white body would shimmer and sparkle, and with a gentle puff of his cloudy breath, he could make those wishes come true. Every night, he would choose 3 special wishes to grant before the sun came up. Tonight, as Cloudy settled into his favorite spot near the Big Dipper, he noticed something strange. The wishes weren't floating up to him like they usually did. The night was too quiet, too still. And slowly, everything was peaceful again. Cloudy began to worry. Without the children's wishes, he felt empty and gray. His fluffy white edges started to droop, and his silver sparkles began to fade. "Oh dear," Cloudy whispered to himself, "where have all the wishes gone?" He floated down lower, closer to the earth than he'd ever been before. The wind felt different here, warmer, fuller. As he drifted over the first house, he pressed his fluffy ear against the cool night air and listened carefully. Nothing, not even the tiniest whisper. At the second house, Cloudy puffed himself up bigger, hoping to catch any wish that might be hiding. Still nothing. By the third house, poor Cloudy was starting to turn a worried shade of gray. Maybe the children have forgotten how to wish, he thought sadly. But then, wait, what was that? From a small blue house at the end of Maple Street, Cloudy heard the faintest sound. It wasn't a wish exactly, but something else, a sniffle. A tiny sob. Someone was crying. Cloudy floated closer and peeked through the window. There, in a cozy bedroom decorated with paper stars, sat a little girl named Emma. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she hugged her knees. "Nobody hears my wishes anymore," she whispered into the darkness. Cloudy's heart felt heavy like a rain cloud. He realized why the wishes had stopped coming. The children thought no one was listening. And slowly, everything was peaceful again. Cloudy knew what he had to do. He couldn't wait for wishes to float up to him anymore. He would have to go down and find them himself. With new determination, his sparkles began to return, glowing softly in the moonlight. First, Cloudy visited Emma. He couldn't go inside, but he could do something special. He swirled around her window, leaving tiny frost flowers on the glass that spelled out, "Your wishes are heard." When Emma saw the message, her eyes grew wide with wonder. She pressed her small hand against the window and whispered, "I wish I could help my little brother not be scared of the dark." Cloudy's whole body glowed. He had his first wish of the night. With a gentle puff, he created the softest, glowiest star-shaped nightlight right outside her brother's window. The light danced and twinkled, casting friendly shadows that looked like smiling faces. From inside, Cloudy heard a little voice say, "Emma, look, the dark isn't scary anymore." Feeling warmer and fluffier, Cloudy drifted to the next house. Through the window, he saw a boy named Marcus sitting at his desk, drawing pictures. Cloudy noticed the drawings were all of the same thing, a dog, a fluffy, happy dog. Marcus looked at his pictures and sighed, "I wish I could have a friend to play with." Cloudy sparkled brighter. The second wish. He couldn't make a real dog appear, but he could do something else. With his cloudy magic, he whispered to the wind, and the wind carried his message to the house next door, where a lonely puppy was whimpering in his new home. The puppy's ears perked up, and he began to bark happily. The next morning, Marcus would discover his new neighbors had a puppy who needed a friend too. Now Cloudy was almost back to his full, fluffy self. He had one more wish to grant before dawn. As he floated over the park, he noticed someone sitting on a bench. It was an elderly woman looking up at the stars. "I wish," she said softly, "I could see my grandchildren smile again. They live so far away." This was the third wish, and Cloudy knew just what to do. He swirled and twirled, gathering all his sparkly magic. With the biggest, gentlest puff he could make, he sent a special dream to every grandchild she had. In the dream, they were all together in her garden, picking flowers and eating cookies. And tomorrow, each one would wake up wanting to call their grandmother. Cloudy had done it. 3 wishes granted, just like always. But something was different this time. As he floated back up to his spot in the sky, he noticed more wishes beginning to float up again. Word had spread among the children. Someone was listening. Someone cared. And slowly everything was peaceful again. From that night on, Cloudy did things differently. Instead of waiting high up in the sky, he would float down closer to the earth, making sure no wish was too quiet to be heard. He painted frost flowers on windows, sent gentle breezes carrying messages of hope, and sprinkled dream dust on pillows. The children began to wish again, not just for toys or treats, but for things that would help others. They wished for their parents to smile more, for their friends to feel better, for their pets to be healthy. And Cloudy, he granted as many as he could each night, his fluffy body glowing brighter with each act of kindness. Soon, something magical happened. The children learned they could grant wishes too. Inspired by the mysterious frost flowers and twinkling lights, they began doing small, kind things for each other. Emma shared her nightlight with her brother. Marcus invited the new neighbor boy to play. Grandchildren called their grandparents just to say hello. Cloudy watched all of this from his perch in the sky, his heart full of starlight and joy. He realized that the best wishes were the ones that helped others. And the most powerful magic was teaching others to spread kindness too. And slowly, everything was peaceful again. Now, as the first hints of pink and gold began to paint the eastern sky, Cloudy yawned a big fluffy yawn. Granting wishes was wonderful work, but it made a Cloud very sleepy. He drifted back to his favorite spot, high above the world, where he could rest among the fading stars. One by one, the stars winked out as morning approached. Cloudy's eyes grew heavy. So heavy, his fluffy edges softened and spread like a warm blanket across the sky. Down below, the children were beginning to stir in their beds, carrying happy dreams into the new day. Cloudy smiled a sleepy smile. Tonight, there would be more wishes. Tonight, there would be more magic. But for now, it was time to rest. He curled up like a cotton ball, wrapped himself in wisps of morning mist, and closed his tired eyes. "Sweet dreams, little ones," he whispered on the breeze. "Keep wishing, keep caring, keep sharing your magic." And as the sun rose, painting Cloudy in shades of soft pink and gentle orange, he